And welcome back to America Right Now. I'm Tom Basile, and we are coming to you live from Des Moines, Iowa, and Senator Joni Ernst's Ride and Roast, or it's Roast and Ride, I think, but the ride comes first. They will be here. Hundreds of motorcyclists will be coming in just a little while, and they're heating up the barbecue. We're going to take a look at that as well. But before we do that, somebody who knows a thing or two about barbecue, South Carolina barbecue, though, is joining us, and that is GOP presidential candidate Senator Tim Scott. Senator Scott, good to see you.
Thank you, Tom. Good to be with you again.
Now, you've been on the trail for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
What's the message that's been resonating?
Well, the message that we're forced with the American people is one that's filled with optimism and positivity, but you have to be anchored in conservative principles, and you got to talk about it with a backbone. The truth is that the truth of my life disproves the lives of the radical left. Joe Biden is a target. He's allowed inflation to go up by 16% on the American families. Growing up in a single-parent household, I can't tell you, when inflation's 16%, it's a crisis for our families. And I got to get in office, become president of the United States, so we can drive down inflation as we did when I wrote the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
All right, now let's talk about inflation. Inflation is tied to spending, and we just finished a week where there was the debt ceiling bill in Washington. You weren't thrilled with the deal that was cut. Tell us why, and also tell us how you would have handled it differently.
Well, number one, the deal was one that was bartered with Kevin McCarthy looking for a partner. He couldn't find one. Joe Biden said he did not want to negotiate. Good kudos for Kevin for finding a way to get a deal done. I said it was not enough because it gives President Biden, someone we cannot trust on spending, an unlimited credit card until he's no longer in office. Last year, $1.2 trillion deficit. This year, a $2 trillion deficit. Giving him unlimited spending power is something I could never support.
Are we going to see a spending plan from you as you move forward in this campaign? Because that's always been the debate. How do you actually right-size government?
Absolutely. Well, we've done it before. I had the good fortune of being one of the three primary authors of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. What we did is we cut taxes for single mothers like the one that raised me by 70+%, for dual income households by 60%, the corporate tax from 35 to 21%, and for small businesses a 20% haircut. What happened? $4,400 more dollars for every single American family on average, and we created high employment with low inflation. We've done it once, we can do it again.
President Trump said, former President Trump said last night that he tends to go after the guy who's number two in the polls. You're coming up. You're not quite number two yet. Ron DeSantis continues to be number two. But should you be the number two guy, this is going to get tough. Are you ready for it?
Oh, always ready for it. Here's what America wants. Fighting is good, winning is better. What we need to do in order to have our policies become American policies, we have to win elections. We've lost 7 out of the last 8 popular votes for president. It is time to start winning again. My optimistic, positive message that's more than conservatism is our path to prosperity.
On Monday, you're going to be sitting down with the lovely ladies from The View.
Yes.
That's a tough room, Senator.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm absolutely ready. Here's what's most dangerous about that room is filled with progressives who believe that in order to succeed in America, you've got to be the exception, not the rule. Here's what they don't understand is that yesterday's exception is today's rule. I am living proof that America can do for anyone what she's done for me. That's why the radical left fears me the most. My life disproves their lies. It's time to go on The View and have a serious conversation about the dangerous, toxic comments that they make that imperils America's youth today. We can do better, we should do better, and the double standard on ABC should be pushed back on.
I know that I'm going to be watching. I never watched The View, but I'm going to be watching that because that's going to be very interesting. One last question. You're getting ready to wade into this crowd. There'll be 750 people here today. You're going to be speaking.
Yes.
What's the principal message from you to them about what sets you apart from Donald Trump? Because you're going to have a lot of Trump supporters and Trump voters here.
Yeah, listen, one of the things I say without any question is that the narrative you'll hear today from me is that my grandfather, a guy born in 1920s in a segregated South, believed then, with some doubt now, in the goodness of America. He understood that faith in God, faith in himself, and faith in the future is what would separate us. He taught me as a young kid, you can be bitter or you can be better. In my family, we chose to be better. All things are possible when you have the greatest citizenship on God's green earth, and that's American citizenship.
All right, terrific. Senator Tim Scott, thank you so much for making some time for us. We appreciate it. Enjoy the barbecue.
I look forward to it. Have a good day.